ReZero Season 2 is finally back, and with the very first episode, it makes a statement about these characters, about this narrative that's being told, about how the development of these characters truly has progressed to where these characters have helped each other. This cast is so deep, and it has such great personalities to go with it, that you guys are going to hear me ramble in these videos. You guys are going to hear not necessarily Hex talk all the time. You're going to hear Rashad talk. You're going to hear a man that is being made to self-reflect about his surroundings, about how much he should value the people that truly value him, and how life is a give and take. You got to be there for each other. And sometimes you got to give. You got to give yourself to someone for support. And sometimes that person's going to give back to you their support when you need it. And that's exactly what Amelia did in this episode. I love Rim, but Amelia is going to be such a great character. She's going to be such a damn good character, man. Subaru finally gets that same look he gives the girl he loves. I love that. It's almost like, it's like visually poetic in a way. How much these characters respect each other now is awesome. But I do have a question. Subaru, you come a long way. You even name off all the characters you want to thank in this episode. But will you crack like you did whenever you found out Rim was the one that was, well, taking your life back in episode, 3 through 5? What will happen to Subaru Nagasaki whenever the rock into the foundation that's holding him up and actually built him up, hence episode 18? What happens whenever that rock's gone? How long can he last? How long before his armor cracks? And even if his armor cracks, will it fall completely off of him? Or can he firmly stand on his own 2 feet, at least without Rim by his side? I think that's what Amelia's here for. So, episode 26, season 2, and/or episode 1, season 2 of ReZero, whichever you guys want to, portray this as, really starts off with Subaru and Amelia and Rim connecting on these dots of her saying, "Who's Rim?" Now we know why Subaru's face dropped at the end of season 1. So, I want to say this. The music that we heard with the scene that we saw of Rim basically knowing, whoa, you two are sins. I know where this is going. She knew where it was going. The subtext was there. But she said, a hero will come. Will come and get rid of all of you. And she knows no matter what happens here, Subaru will find a freaking way to do the right thing. And I saw a character that I was so proud of. This show is able to connect you to the main character that is Subaru so much. It makes you truly, truly, truly despise the man. It did in season 1. But then it makes you truly root for him, love him. And that's due to the checkpoint thing, allowing us to be the only ones that are going through this journey with him. No one knows what we know but him. No one understands him as well as we do. Maybe no one even loves or hates him as much as we do, but maybe Rim has something to say about that. But I love that scene. I love that dialogue. I love that music. It's like this show was made for this exact moment. It's like it's been ready, man. And it's just so special to see it back on screen again. And I just can't wait to go through this ride with every single one of you. If you don't like this series, if you aren't watching this series, go watch it. Go watch it because you're making a mistake. And if you don't like this series, I could say a lot of things that you're not going to want to hear about your standpoints and how you view and your standards. And I could say all these things because that's ignorance. And that's willingly ignorant. If the fantasy genres just aren't your cup of tea, okay. But if they are and you don't like this fantasy show, you're clueless. And I don't take that back. I don't feel sorry for saying that. What this show can do for someone in real life, not just in a fictional setting, is so amazing. Read in between the lines, and you'll see there's a lot of real life meaning in this show about human interaction, connecting with others, loving yourself, understanding others, understanding yourself. It's going to teach you about why envious can be dangerous. It's going to teach you about why greed's such a dangerous thing, why gluttony is such a dangerous thing, why pride. Season 1 shows you why pride is always going to be there, but you got to be able to acknowledge that, self-acknowledge your weaknesses, self-acknowledge who you are as a person. This show is just too good. It's too good. I've seen good shows. I've seen great shows. But then there's shows that go beyond even special shows. They're the elite. They're the ones that will always be remembered in this community, and ReZero is one of them. So I want to move on to the voice acting of the show. Whenever we see Rim on the ground, and before even we see Rim on the ground, the way the voice acting, bro, it's too good. Like, the tone of voice, it speaks to you indirectly. You don't have to even understand the language. The way he's just shuffling through the body, saying, where is she, where is she, where is she? And the facial expressions he's making, the voice acting, the squealing and despair, the tragedy in his voice, Subaru's voice. That voice actor, these voice actors are too good, man. Gosh, that's so good. That's so good. The show demands your attention, through that. These voice actors, wherever they're getting paid, pay them more. Please pay them more. I beg you. But that scene just adds so much to the character because it shows you how valuable she is to him, Subaru. And that's what, stemmed the question for me of what happens if that rock, that foundation gets taken away, that foundation that was built for 25 episodes. He's looking good right now, but will he look good 5 episodes from now? Will he look good 10 episodes from now? We saw what after what he did with Amelia, said to her in episode, 13? We saw how long it took him to get back. Remember, he had to return by death multiple times. It was about a month before he even got to see Amelia again. How long will it be again before he even gets to talk to Rim? Man. And it just goes to show, if people see that you have a true bond with someone, it indirectly allows them to understand that person has to be of some kind of good importance, some kind of special value, because no one should care about someone that much. If they're, for the wrong reasons, you can't care about someone that much. And I love that scene with Amelia. I'm sorry to reference back to that, but I have to. But moving into the whole, meeting and Felix, I love the reference there because that's a reference to who Subaru was. Hence, when Crush said, I don't want to have people making my decisions for me. She's like, no. And that's what Subaru tried to do. Yes, it was out of passion, but it was still out of fault. Whether it's out of passion or not, there is still fault there, and you must take blame for that. You must accept that. And you see whenever Felix is kind of crying, that's her saying, yeah, I just care so much about you. I didn't mean to overstep my bounds. As to where Subaru, in the past, he would keep going. He wouldn't stop. And I love whenever Subaru actually does call Felix out, but it's not that arrogant, screaming voice. It's that voice of reason this time. And Wilhelm, supports that. He says, I'm against your opinion. Wilhelm knows that's the wrong thing. And I love how he's the older dude in the room. And I love how these kids are, going through, I guess young adults, we should say, are going through all this stuff. Wilhelm's going to be there to help advise things, man. He's just such a good character. This show takes my breath away. A lot of deep breaths in this review, guys. I'm sorry if you hear me breathing this in the mic, but it's just one of those shows, man. I can't help it. I told people it's going to be tough. I meant to put the ReZero video out. I put out before this late last night, but I couldn't get it out until this morning. I'm sorry. I just had to make sure I got that out to people, though. But I got to look at my notes. I'm so sorry. There's just so much. The show means so much. It's my number one ranked show for a reason, of course. But I love also the pain, the scene to where, or excuse me, I want to stay with the meeting, but I also love that scene as well, just because even whenever she tries to end the allied thing, it shows that she's trying to protect, Crush. That was also an indirect reference, except it wasn't verbal this time. It was almost like an indirect reference to where Subaru tried to do the same thing. He tried to act like he could be the hero, even though he couldn't. He was making false claims through emotion. He couldn't, through an emotional flame, he could not condense and calm down. It was running out of control, and now we see a dude that's developed so much. It's just a presentation of development, and the show is just so strong, so impactful. If you were someone who came into the show, but yet you have never watched this show, you'd immediately be like, whoa, I got to go back and watch season 1. These guys have been through so much. I can tell by the intensity. I can tell by the facial expressions. I can tell by the dialogue that they're indirectly referencing so much shit that went on in the past. And that's awesome. That's so good. That's such great storytelling, man. I've reviewed over 100 shows. I've been doing this for 5 years. I'm not the biggest, no, but yet I've done enough to comprehend things. And that's just not ordinary, man. That's just not ordinary, man. Like, how good can a show be? And the way this show always makes me feel, or anime makes me feel like I'm watching a movie with the way it does the credits, which is credit to the directing, which is credit to, the detail and the heart and the author who wrote this. It's all credit to them. You guys did this. Thank you. Thank you for doing something that was so transcending as a show. Man, I kept the emotions back until this last part of the episode. I'm crying. And we haven't even gotten to the good stuff in terms of the emotional stuff, I guess. Well, I mean, we have, I guess. This episode just came out of nowhere. But, man, I love sharing the show with people. I love talking about the show. This show is truly the epitome of my reviewing career, hobby, whatever the heck you want to refer to it as. This is a show I remember watching it about episode 13 or maybe even, about around episode 13, 15, maybe it's even 18, where Rim and Subaru have that great, amazing speech, the best speech in anime I've ever seen, by far. I mean, I may be excited when I say that, but I know it's number one. I've never wanted to sit there and watch two people talk for 20 minutes and just be like, this is one of the best episodes I've ever seen. This is amazing, the way it's tying everything together. But this show is just, it's special. And no, it's elite. It's elite. It's elite. So, but to see Amelia also say, this person's valuable to you. I know her, and I know that you know that I know her, even though I can't necessarily comprehend how I know her. I know that I do through your passion, through your love, through your desire to save this person. And the hugging scene with Amelia having Subaru's back, even though she told him to turn around because he's going to cry, is so awesome, man. It's just so cool that everyone has each other's back now. We see this come full circle. The emotion, the passion these characters, share for one another is no longer something that we have to like feel that barrier like we did in episode 13 when Subaru's freaking out because she doesn't get anything. Now it's Amelia doesn't comprehend, but she like understands. She's like, okay, I see through your actions, through your emotion that there is something here. And even if I'm ignorant to it, I can comprehend your emotions. I can't comprehend how you feel, per se, and in depth. But on the surface, I can truly tell what's going on here. And once again, it was cool to see Amelia look at Subaru with the same eyes Subaru has looked, at her with. You see there's a mutual respect, and maybe Amelia even looks at him with love, even though she doesn't comprehend that she loves him. I don't know. And I don't think she necessarily loves him yet fully, but I think she loves him emotionally, but she doesn't love him as a person per se, if you understand what I'm saying. But yeah. Whew, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun series. I'm so happy. If you watch my videos, if you come here every week, and if you're going to be coming here every week, if you're new, I want you to know that I love this series equally as you do. And maybe even more so. I don't know. But regardless of that fact, I'm happy we get to experience this show together. It's this is one thing I was thinking about like 2 days ago. I was like, we all waited for... Attack on Titan is something elite as well. It's something that transcends the average show. We waited like 5 years for that. Extremely impatiently. A lot of us, some dropped off because they didn't want to wait anymore. But whenever ReZero announced its season 2, we all took a step back. And we said, whoa, when's it going to come though? A year goes by. 2 years. 3, 4, and then 5. But yet I still see us all waiting here so respectfully. And that's not a knock on Attack on Titan. It's just, I can't comprehend why, I guess. Or no, I can. It's because an anime character became the closest thing to almost like a friend to you that it can. The show connected you, but not with just one character, but it connected you with Subaru, Rim, Beatrice, Puck, Amelia is gonna be. We're gonna be so connected to her this season that I don't even know what's happening with her character, but we know now what role she is about to take, and she's nailed it to begin with. She doesn't overstep her bounds like Subaru did in the past. She understands who she is. She understands her pedigree, but she also understands the emotions that are leaking out of someone that she truly cares about and obviously loves her, as he's already admitted to her. So I don't want to end the video. I think it's about time I end the video. But with that being said, yeah, whether it's 5 viewers, whether it's 10 viewers that watch my ReZero videos, because I know it's going to be saturated with content all over YouTube, whether it's going to be 100 or 200 or 500 or 300 or 400, I don't care as long as I get to talk to some of you about it, even if it's barely any. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that so much. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate if you're going to ride with me throughout this series. And there's gonna be way worse emotional videos than this. I promise you. It's gonna get ugly, and I know some of these videos will be probably not even professional at all. This one's probably not even semi-professional or amateur level. But I tell you what, it's gonna be real. You're gonna have someone talking to you that's not necessarily the dude with the brand name. It's the dude with the real name behind the brand name. And I try to do that every time, but nothing can bring it out of me like ReZero does. ReZero just, you get to meet it allows you guys to meet the person. And if you look at this video, go back and look at my other videos, dude, even from the past ReZero, you can tell there's a change in persona. Even it's slight, because I like to say I'm 95% of who I am in any video I do, but there's nothing that just brings this out of me like ReZero does. I can't just drop a 10-minute video out of nowhere when I do my episodic reviews. Go look at my past ones. I can't drop a 15-minute video out of nowhere whenever I, talk about other animes. Go look at my last ones. They're usually about 5 to 7 minutes. This show is able to draw so much out of me as a reviewer and as a person, so that I love talking about it. So with that being said, I guess I'll see you guys in ReZero Season 2, Episode 2, or ReZero Season 2, Episode 26. I'm probably just going to go by what Crunchyroll names it. That's where you can watch it. If you guys want to watch ReZero, you can watch it with ads. You can watch it ad-free for a 6-month prescription or subscription, or you can just watch it with ads for free on there. So, as always, guys, you guys have been ReZeroed. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, X25. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me, or just stopping by and watching this video and making it to the end. Thanks, guys.